Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to just be here today to celebrate the top 30 under 30. As a fellow 29-year-old, almost 30, it's nice to be among my peers. And so I will be delivering the land acknowledgement. It is a poetic interpretation of the land acknowledgement that I wrote for the anti-racism conference that happened last year. So please, thank you for listening. Wichispa Oyade, Gutsits, Otus Kwani. Names spoken in tongues that thank the buffalo for sharing its abundance with them before time had a name. We gather in this place where each step is not simply a step, but a story. Before the Scottish language gave it a new name, this place called Calgary was home to a vast history. Each organism, creature, a spirit that is part of the land's tale. Today and every day, we acknowledge our place on this land, passed down from generations of people who were forced to hide their true names, true faith, true language, and true selves. Today and every day, we must respect where we stand and we say their names. Yith Nakoda Wiskatabi, First Nations, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Zigzigah, Bagani, Amskipikani, Kainai First Nations, Ithana Nakoda Wiskatabi First Nations, comprised of the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney First Nations, and the Tsutsina First Nation. The historic homeland of the Northwest Métis, and to the Oti-Pimisoak Métis government, Métis Nation Battle River Territory, Nose Hill Métis District 5, and Elbow Métis District 6. All non-Indigenous people who have made their home here, take a breath. The air we breathe is filled with the past breaths of spirits still watching over their descendants, where they have cried, where they have danced, where they gathered, where they have bled, where they have laughed. Their ancestors took care of the land as an extension of themselves, existing in harmony, holding hands with Creator as they guarded the earth, a sacred bond, a partnership, a team. Long before the colonial eyes saw it as land, saw it as gold, long before they set their eyes on this earth and decided to take her, before broken treaties were spoken in Anglo tongues, before pen was to paper. It is because of how we come to this place, Calgary, that we must look back and recognize where we are now, that we just comprehend the price of what was paid. We must learn from their joy. We must learn from their ways. We must learn from their journey. We must learn from their pain. We must learn from the sacred ancestry of so-called Canada. We must look to those who followed where the Bow and Elbow rivers meet to converse, where people and land spoke to each other, where they whispered secrets and guided their people, where they shared resources, ideas, and opportunities, a confluence of communities. To stand by Turtle Island's people, hear them when they speak. Stand, when they tell us what they need. We gather here in someone else's home and we have left our footprints. So I hope that now those footprints we leave are together, unwaveringly, unapologetically, in solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you to a lot of poetry for that land acknowledgement. That's easily one of the most beautiful and thoughtful land acknowledgements I've heard, so we really appreciate the time you put into that. A Lot of Poetry is a Nigerian South African poet and spoken word artist based in Calgary, and don't worry, she will be back later in the evening.